Thank you for tuning in to Sacred Empowerments of the Divine Feminine. What is good? What's up, my ladies? How is everyone doing? I hope you are doing well. I hope you enjoyed your celebrations. If you celebrated yesterday. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but if you did, I hope you enjoyed your celebrations. Thank you to all of my returning subscribers, my returning viewers, my family, my community. I heard somebody say in the spirit the other day, I heard somebody say, it's just the online community. You ain't got no community. Well, you are ignorant. You are ignorant and you do not know what you speak of. So I celebrate my community, those of you who support and rock with your girl and share with me and I share with you. I appreciate you. I appreciate every comment. I appreciate every like and every subscribe. And to my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. And our community is growing and growing quickly. So without delay, I want to share with you what I have been receiving from the mother. When I did the last Sacred Empowerments, which I think now would be like 3 days ago, when I cut the camera off and I stepped outside to get some air, I sat down and I heard her say, there's a sound being released from the heavens. I said, a sound? She said, yes, a sound. I said, okay. A sound is being heard. A sound is being created. A sound from heaven. And I've been sitting with this for 2 days, and she's been kind of periodically talking to me about it. There's a trumpet that's being blown for many of us. There's a trumpet that is being blown for you. This is a trumpet that is declaring your victory, right? It's declaring your victory. It's a sound from heaven that is declaring the fact that you have overcome. You have elevated. This sound is not only for the victory that you have won over obstacles, over karmic patterns, over shadowy aspects of yourself. This trumpet is also declaring your arrival. It's also declaring your arrival. See, this trumpet is being blown because your ascension requires it to be so. And what I'm seeing in my eyes right now, in my mind's eye, is, you know how there's the castle and maybe it's the king, maybe it's the prince, maybe it's the queen. And when they are being escorted or they're arriving into the land, or especially after war, and especially after gaining a victory in war, when they arrive back into their kingdom, into their queendom, there's all these minstrels and there's people dancing and there's people clapping and people cheering and there's trumpets being blown because the victory is being brought back to the kingdom, the queendom, right? This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some of you, your arrival is being declared. And then she started talking to me about light. And I said, well, Mother, help me understand, what is this sound? And she started talking to me about light. See, you have stepped into a light. You have stepped into your light. You have stepped into a frequency of light that is pushing back all of the clouds, all of the hazy illusions, all of the things surrounding your consciousness, your mind, your soul, your spirit that was casting those shadows, that was bringing those shadows, right? The haze. You're receiving clarity. But this light, the way she explained it to me, is a light that moves. It's a light that cuts through. It's a light that breaks through. Okay? It breaks through the haze. It breaks through the clouds. It pushes back the shadows, the light. And it moves quickly, and suddenly there's clarity, and suddenly there's change, and suddenly there's going to be transformation. We're sitting in a light that pierces. Whew. You're sitting in a light that pierces through darkness. It pierces through matter. It reveals matter. There's a light that you have stepped into that moves as lightning moves. It strikes with great force. It strikes with fierceness. This is why, in some of your relationships and stuff right now, people are acting like they don't know how to take you, and they don't know what to do, and they don't want to hear from you, and they don't want to see you. Because when you step into a room full of clouded minds, when you are dealing with people who have clouded psychologies, when you are there, your light pierces through in a way that they cannot and don't know how to deal with. It's not what you say. It's not what you do. It's not what you give. It's not what you take. It's just you being in that space, being in that room. It's just your presence. When you step into a room, suddenly the room is different. When you step into a space, suddenly the energy in that space is different. You are lightning. You are a light that pierces and strikes quickly. So the sound that is being created, from what I heard her say, is because the light that you are moves so quickly that we sometimes forget that sound and light go hand in hand. See, light creates sound. Light creates resonance. Light creates frequency. So the sound that is coming from heaven is the voice of the thunder that your light creates. The voice of the thunder, that the quick movement, the piercing striking of your vibration, of your illumination is creating this sound. You have arrived, is what this sound is explaining to you. There is lightning sometimes in the sky and you won't even know it because you can't hear the sound. There's lightnings that are taking place above our visible atmosphere that we can't hear and we can't see because we are not in the earshot of the sound that it creates. But when it reaches and breaks into our atmosphere, we can hear it because it has arrived into our atmosphere. You have arrived. Your light is here. Your victory is here. I felt that one. Your victory is here. It has arrived. It's in your atmosphere right now. And so because of that, possessing the suddenly, the flow state of suddenly. In times past, you would think, how am I going to make this end meet that end? And how am I going to get that opportunity to open up to me? And how am I going to move my family from this space to that space? How am I going to handle this? And how am I going to take care of that? But now that is no longer sufficient, because you must occupy the space of suddenly. Suddenly, the answer is there. Suddenly, the solution is there. Suddenly, the change has come. Suddenly, the transformation is here. Suddenly, the money is in my hand. Suddenly, that has been provided. Suddenly, that door has been opened. Suddenly, that door has been closed. Suddenly. See, that is a place of occupation that you live in as a divine feminine. You live there. You have life there. You have breath there. In the suddenly. In flow. And if you're anything like me, mastering flow state, even before I knew that that's what I was actually learning to master, was one of the greatest challenges I ever had. Flow. See, I'm a water spirit who walks on land. Right? I'm not used to the solidification of this whole situation. Like, this shit is a little too solid for me around here. 42 years it took me to understand and remember how to be in the truth of my frequency. As a land walker, I got to figure this out. Divine femininity belongs to the waters, to the air, okay, to the gas, right? The gas state, which would be spirit, okay? That is your natural space of being. And there is a sound that is taking place, that is being heard, that is being blown, that is being created by your arrival to reoccupy the space of suddenly. That sound, that trumpet that is being blown, is declaring your victory, and it is declaring your arrival. Your arrival. Your arrival demands veneration and honor. Your arrival demands respect. Your arrival calls for admiration. People have a hard time dealing with the fact that they admire you. Whew. Holy Spirit. People have a hard time dealing with the fact that they admire you. But where you are now and the space you're in now, they're either going to have to deal with that or be moved to be exiled out of the kingdom, out of your queendom. Because here, in this space, in this atmosphere, I am she. It's not to be questioned. It's not to be misunderstood. It's not to be negotiated. None of those things apply. Your arrival and your victory is being celebrated in the ethers. In places that cannot be seen with your two eyes. And that sound and that lightning that follows you, that is created by you, is establishing. It is establishing the boundary. That there's a boundary for all those who do not want to honor you as the divine feminine that you are. The light that you possess, the fierceness and the force in which it strikes, and the sound that it creates pushes all of the noise. All of the noise of your haters, all of the noise of those gossiping about you, all of the noise of those who said you can't be, won't be, shouldn't be, ain't gonna be, all of the noise of those who are jealous because they haven't balanced their admiration for you. They won't accept it. So then they move into jealousy. All of the chatter, your arrival comes with a light that strikes with such force and creates a sound that muffles, that it's almost like being in a sound chamber, like a vacuum, like you're in a vacuum. You can't hear what is taking place on the outside. Because you stepped into the atmosphere of your divinity. You stepped into the atmosphere of your divinity. As I always say, your ancestors, your spirit team, whomever it is that you have been working to alchemize your current existence, is celebrating you. I've had visions of, I've personally seen them standing, like thousands of them. Ancestors, thousands of them. Like, yes, cheering me on, like, and I cry and I weep every time because it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all happy with me? Like, that's how I go. Okay. They want me to know that they are proud of me. They want you to know that they are proud of you. Because you have arrived now. You have arrived in the place that you needed to arrive to. And this is just the beginning, right? That upward motion of ascension has been accomplished. Now we're going this way. Expansion. Broaden the territory. Broaden the reach. Broaden the leadership. Broaden the mothership. Broaden. Make it expand. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Not only is it a new beginning, but it is just the beginning. It just got good. It just got good. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Sacred Empowerments of the Divine Feminine. I love you, my sisters. I appreciate your presence. I want you to understand. I appreciate. And I'm very grateful for your participation in building this community. Right? Because it's just the beginning. The foundation is laid, and it's just the beginning. All right. If you are not or should I say, if you are hearing my voice and seeing my face for the first time, you're a first time viewer, you have not subscribed, please subscribe, join the tribe. I would love to have you here. We would love to have you here. Positive energy, good energy, loving energy, keeping each other uplifted, encouraged, strengthened, sharpened. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we do over here. Okay. You want to do a lot of the negative stuff, you might want, it's plenty of other channels you can go to. I'm talking about plenty of other channels where you can go and feed off of low vibrations and negativity. But over here on this official channel of Yolanda Williams, we don't do that. We over here to sharpen each other and keep each other encouraged. So you're welcome to subscribe. And I appreciate if you do so. Turn on your notification bell so you'll know when I'm back with another message. And everybody smash that like button. Smash that like button, all right? And I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Peace, family.